Hey, Krista girl. How are you? Sorry, puppies don't bark. Snickers. How are you tonight? How's your puppy doing? Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you sprinkling me out. Hello, Lori. Thanks for coming in. I'm just waiting a few minutes for Miss Giselle to finish up here with your craft cottage. I am in an event this evening with the Stand Tall Crafting Group. All right. Get myself pulled up here. All right. Well, thank you everybody for coming in. I am Janice with J Will Creations. I have a pretty easy project tonight, I do believe. Hey Wayne, how are you? I'm hoping it's going to take the full amount of time. If not, I do have another project on standby just in case I need it. But I will go ahead and get started. I think Giselle is finished up. Everybody has had a lot of great projects today. Hey Crafter's Fortune, Rebecca, how are you? Your cross was beautiful. I have a couple of replays that I need to go back and catch. For anybody that don't know, I am Janice with J Will Creations. I am in the Stand Tall Crafting Group event this evening. If you're not already part of that group, be sure to go over there and follow. Hey Bernice, Lisa, how are you? It's free group to join. You can go back and catch the replays and of course, see all the future events coming up. I'm going to go ahead and start. I have this, says basswood plank that I picked up from Hobby Lobby for $8.99. I really went back and forth on what I was going to do tonight. I have so many projects that I would like to do, and I'm having a hard time being decisive on what I want to do first. So this is what we're going to do. Hi Kathy. Thank you for sprinkling, Lori. I appreciate you. Marilyn and John, how are you? I always love watching you guys and hearing your stories. I'm gonna try something new tonight. I mean, why not? I'm in an event, so that's the best time to do it, right? I have never done chippy before, so I am gonna do chippy on this. I've done crackle a lot, but never done chippy, so I'm gonna give that a try. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and use my Folk Art wax to stain this wood. I should probably shake this. I haven't used it in a while. How is everybody this evening? Have you been able to catch the other creators? There's a lot of goodness going on, and Giselle just finished her project. It turned out beautiful. I am a sucker for anything with butterflies. I'm just going to rub this on here with my baby wipe. And you guys, if you happen to see all the muddy paw prints on the floor behind me, just pretend you don't. The door to my backyard is right over here, so my dogs, they go through my craft room to get outside, and the ground is thawing. We've had a lot of rain the last couple of days. We actually had some snow flurries yesterday, which was surprising. But with that creates a muddy floor, and I didn't have a chance to clean it up when I got home from work. So this wood plank said $8.99 on the tag, but I'm sure I probably got it 40% off. Not that I really needed another surface. I have a whole cabinet full. Hello, Lynette. And you guys, if you see anybody here that you're not already following their page, please go and give them a like and follow. It is always very much appreciated. Hi, Beverly. I was playing with the lighting before I came live, and it looks like it's okay. I finally remembered to get my remote for my ring light from my friend's house, because I had done a live a couple weeks ago at her house and I forgot it there. So I made it a point to grab that on my way home today. Just a little darker in some spots, although most of it's going to be covered. Alright, that's what we got so far. Don't like necessarily how that one spot over there is darker, so I'm going to add a little bit more dark up here. Try to blend that a little bit more. Up after me is Beading with Wayne, also known as Spider-Man. He will be the final creator this evening. Hey Tracy Fishburne, how are you? Did you get your package? Oh, Lynette, thank you so much for the stars. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hello, Deborah. All right. I don't know that this has to be completely dry when I do the next step. Like I said, I've never done chippy before, so if I start to do something wrong, you guys yell at me and tell me, okay? If you would, that would be great. Thank you, Lynette. I appreciate that. Hi, Deborah. Okay. So, I have a confession to make. Normally when I'm on my lives, my daughter is here with me and she tends to rat me out. I had made a New Year's resolution not to buy any more craft supplies. I was going to use what I had. But Joann's is having their going out of business sales. So I had to go there yesterday. I had the day off work for a doctor's appointment. So I went and I bought some things. I broke my resolution, but that's okay. I was a little surprised. I mean, I don't know exactly when they started the sales, but they had a lot of bare shelves already. I picked up a few florals. I've been wanting to try embossing powders for a really long time. They only had like 7 containers of that left, so I bought those. You guys, I'm just putting Elmer's glue, regular Elmer's glue on here. So I got one of each of those colors. They had one of the embossing stamp pads left, so I got lucky and got that. I grabbed some ribbon, not that I needed more ribbon, but I did grab some ribbon. What else did I get? I bought a couple of surfaces. I really also wanted to get some more paints and art supplies in that way of crafting, but all that stuff was only 20% off, so I refrained. Okay, I'm not doing this corner down here completely because I am going to stencil on it, and I don't necessarily want what I'm stenciling on there to be all chippy. All right, now I don't really know. Yes, I did catch a sale. I don't know that I'm supposed to let this dry before I put on my paint. Oh, I forgot a paintbrush, you guys. Give me just a second. All right, sorry about that. So I guess I'm just gonna go for it. And if it turns out bad, that's okay. We can always just go over it, right? Now I do know when you do this, it's best not to go back and forth, or to do it as little as possible. Go back next week. That's right, the resolution, I done broke it, so it's done, right? And I'm wondering if they're gonna have more sales. I need to see, like, Google and try to read, but I was trying not to eavesdrop, but one of the employees was talking to another employee. He must have been upper management in some way, but he was saying something to the effect of, if you think you've hired enough people, you need to hire at least 12 more because the shelves are going to be packed full. So did they get bought out, or I'm wondering if that particular location in my town was purchased and another store is going in there. But I'm excited to see what's going to be there next. Again, not that I need anything, but why not? Okay. So have you guys heard anything about that? Do you know? All right. So, can tell I tried. I almost went back over that spot, and so it smudged. Or made on New Year's Eve after a couple of drinks, I don't remember. That's right, so they don't last very long for you either. Okay. Now, I believe it was this corner that I didn't do a whole lot on. So I went back and forth with this on exactly what I was going to do. I have a lamb that I'm going to stencil on here. And I had this hymnal that says, "Worthy is the Lamb." I thought about decoupaging that on here. Oh, this is really cracking very, very good. I don't know if you can see. But I didn't want it to look like it was just stuck on there as an afterthought. So I went ahead and cut some letters with my Cricut instead. So I'm getting really big cracks, and from what I understand, the more glue you use, the more cracks you get, so I can definitely say that is true. I'm liking it so far. I just stuck my thumb in it. Alright. Leave it alone before you make it worse. Hi Katrina, how are you this evening? How is everybody doing this evening? Have you all had dinner already? Where are you guys all watching from? Are you all in my same time zone? Is it still a little earlier or later for you? For those of you that don't know, I am in central Illinois. So the weather's finally getting nice. The sun was shining today. It is very windy. I think it's kind of windy just about everywhere. I couldn't believe it yesterday when I went to leave the house and it was flurrying outside. South Georgia. So it's probably nice there for you, isn't it? All right. Oh no, Krista. I'm so sorry. Oh, friend, I'm sending you love and prayers and my condolences. I hate hearing that. There's been a lot of loss. I'm seeing. Rebecca, you lost a cousin, I think you said recently. I'm so sorry. Alright, I had my little scraper here, but I don't think I'm going to have to scrape anything because it's cracking pretty amazing. Hold it up a little closer so you can see. Okay, so I clearly got more glue on the corner than what I wanted, but we're going to go with it. There's still a really wet spot right there. You're in Georgia also. Maryland, I think I did remember that you guys are in New Jersey. You're so welcome, Rebecca. When you were talking earlier about your medication and the cost of it, it makes me so sad to know that the things that people need to be healthy and, you know, live a fulfilling life, and that it costs so much for that. It just seems so unfair, and there's so many people in the world that don't have resources in other countries, and it makes me so sad to hear that kind of thing. Okay, so this is an essential stencil. This is not available anymore. This was from the Stencil of the Month Club from March of 2022. Very long time ago. But it has this lamb. I am going to cut this down because it is just too big for me to work with the way that it is. And some people might like cringe that I'm cutting a stencil, but for me, it makes it so much easier. All right. I want to be mindful about where I put it because there's a big, huge crack right there, and I don't necessarily want it to run through his eyeball. Maybe I should flip it and go this way. Yep, that's going to work better. And then, like I said, I cut the letters "Worthy is the Lamb" with my Cricut. So I think that looks pretty good. So like I said, I went back and forth on how I was going to do this. So I don't know. We'll see how well it turns out. Florida is windy. I have some in-laws that live in Florida. I think we're overdue for a Florida trip. We were there briefly this past December. My family, we all went on a cruise. I'm just using some black chalk paint. This is Hello Hobby, the Walmart brand, I believe. I'm using my Essential Stencil brush. I'm going to offload a little bit. That way I can try to avoid a bunch of bleed through under my stencil. But yeah, when we went down in December, we went the day before our cruise, so we just had the evening really to spend. Somebody must be coming home. I'm sure you can hear my puppies whining. Does anybody have any exciting plans for the weekend? This week really flew by, I tell ya. My daughter has her last basketball game for her season. She plays on a rec league. And her last game is Saturday. Who's in the kitchen? Hello?
What?
Can you come and let this dog up? I think she's trapped downstairs. Please.
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yes, I'm on a live.
did you send me a message?
I did send you a message. You know, you have to send the family a message letting them know when you go live. But apparently my son missed one.
Oh, okay.
Hey Jess, how are you? So is there anything exciting going on in all of you guys' neck of the woods? Not much here. Okay. I'm gonna peel this back just a little. Oh, he looks super cute. Super cute. I don't know how it's possible, but I always run out of room, even though I have a nice big table. Alright. So there's our lamb. Okay. So now I need to decide how exactly I want this placed. I think I might put a bow up in the top corner. Okay. So I did already weed it, obviously, but I have my transfer tape on here that I need to really burnish all the letters down really good so that way when I peel it apart, they do what they are supposed to. Do you guys have a Cricut and do you use it very often? I do not use mine a whole lot. Every once in a while, but I also have a sublimation printer and I've been using it more than my Cricut. I know my Cricut can do a lot more things than what I know how to do on it. It just does not want to come off. There we go. Now I'm slowly peeling the backing so that way if the letters don't all come off, I can push it back down. You have a sublimation printer also? I love it. And for anybody that might be new here in this group, this is the Stand Tall Crafting Group, and it is hosted by our Miss Krista, the hostess with the mostest. She does have a craft page as well, Crafts by Krista, and crafts is an uppercase K. She does not do lives, but she does share her wonderful creations, so you guys can go over there and give her a like and a follow and check out what she has to offer. Hey Nora. Hi Michelle, how are you? Okay, your bird cracks me up. I don't know if you've seen my comment earlier, but I had to go back and watch the replay from coffee time because I came in late. And when you went to go to the bathroom, everybody was yelling at her, telling her to fly, as if she needed more encouragement to be naughty. Hey Carol Ruth, how are you? Oh, she was cracking me up. Alright, so now I've got it on my transfer paper. And I kind of want this straight. So I'm going to focus for a second here. If I do a bow, I'm going to need it over that way. Okay. Now I'm a little nervous that this transfer tape is going to pull up my paint. I probably should have sealed it first, but this transfer tape I got from Temu, so it's sticky, but it's not as sticky as some of the others I've had. And I'm going to go real slow, scratching on my letters as I go, just to make sure they're really stuck down. Bad babysitters, that's right. They were encouraging all the bad behavior. Have you done a live with Charlie? I don't think I've seen Charlie. I imagine you might have some pictures or videos. Oh, I am peeling up some. All right, I need to go a little quicker, I think. There we go. Okay. So right here you can see the tape did pull up a little bit of the paint, but I think it's okay. It just adds to all the other distressing that's going on. I'll try this a little bit more up here before I smudge it completely off. No, you haven't yet. He's nuts. It'll make for an interesting live then if you decide to. And if you guys, if somebody came on and I missed you, I apologize. I do appreciate you being here, spreading the love, sprinkling and liking and following and doing all the things. Most of you probably know my page is still pretty new. I need to look and see exactly when I started it. Because I'm not even, I started it well before I actually really started doing much with it. I was too nervous. Okay. So, I have this ribbon. I absolutely love this ribbon. I have no idea where I got it from. I don't know if you can see with the... Does anybody know this brand? Offray? Because I would love to get more. I don't know where I got it from. I love it a lot. I love how it's got the frayed on both sides. Alright, I'm going to take take my mini Bodabra. Oh, I did buy scissors when I went to Joann's yesterday. They had their scissors on sale. So my other good scissors are done for, I think. Actually, let's do this. I want it to be somewhat uniform. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I want it somewhat the same. Yep, and that's the end of that. I'm going to have to figure out where that came from. I almost forgot to put my string in there. Were you guys about to yell at me? Oops. Hobby Lobby, that very well could be. I'm going to have to go there and check. My hubby got me a gift card to Hobby Lobby for Valentine's Day, so I can put it to use. I'm just going to crisscross and kind of do a messy bow. Walmart, okay. I work right next door to Walmart. I can walk right over there on my lunch. Okay. Hey, Jennifer. I know she came home. She told me she was so excited. She loves having you as a sub. Okay. Now I have to decide. Excuse me. If I want to put any of this inside the bow. Well, this is what I was going to say next. Every time I try to put this inside of a bow, I hate it, which is probably why this is stuck back in there the way it is. But I kind of thought it would be fitting with the lamb. I guess we'll try a little bit, and then if I hate it, I can pull it out. Remember, let me undo this. Yep, that's a mess. Okay. Oh, well, I'm glad she was good for you. Yes, Nora, my hubby was sweet to me. He was super sweet to me for Valentine's Day. Excuse me, you guys. I have been battling a cough for months. I feel like I'm already not going to like it. I don't know if it's just because the ends of those are so crazy. Try this part. It's not so messed up. That's not so bad. When everybody else uses this, I see so many of you use this and you make it look so pretty. Why can't I make it look pretty? Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Actually, that was my husband and I had a date night, and the one, well, we're backwards. So on your right, he painted, and the one on your left, I painted. So the moon and everything, it's split. So yeah, that was a fun date night that we had. Alright. I'm going to pull it out and see what it really looks like. just don't know. I just don't know. I feel like I don't like it. I'm not ready to give up on it just yet. Okay. Feels like the bow is missing something, but I think it's just because I didn't have as much of that ribbon as I really want. Try to trim it. Maybe that's it. Maybe it needs trimmed. The ribbon is one-sided, although you can kind of see the stripes on the back side, but they're not as dark as on the front. I don't know, you guys. What do you think? I don't know why I cannot use this stuff. Maybe, let me try to spread it out with, and mess it up a little. Maybe it's too bunched up. Shake it. I don't feel like that did much of anything. You and bows are enemies. I feel like, now a true bow maker could probably look at my projects and be like, no, you're lying, but I feel like I'm getting better since I got the Bowdabra, but I also feel like I probably should have just gotten the big Bowdabra. So, I don't know. I just don't know, you guys. All right, you can be honest. Tell me, should I leave it in there or should I take it out? Should I use some plain burlap to add to it? What would you do? I'm still doing good on time, so I can ponder for a minute with you guys. What do you think? Let's hold it up to this, I guess. I feel like it looks bare, maybe. I feel like it needs something else. You feel like it needs something else? I feel like it's a little bare, scarce. But I guess, all right, so let's do this while we're thinking that over. Once again, running the room. I have these crosses that are from Hobby Lobby in the wood pile section. Let's stain one of these, and then I thought about, oh, there's not a hole in it. Hanging this from the bow. I guess I don't necessarily have to hang from the bow. Can always just go on there. Yeah, this bow and me are about to be enemies. All right. So something like that. Put a button in the middle. You like it? Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and stain this cross. Just just going to use that same Folk Art wax. Alright, so my buttons, I think right over there. Okay. I'm going to turn this on since I'm not going to hang it. Okay. I feel like that raffia is just too perfect. There we go. I guess once I get it on, I'll probably just keep messing with it and probably glue the pieces down where I want them. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and double knot it now that I know I'm going to use it because Michelle says so. Michelle, you make beautiful things, so I'm going to trust you and go for it. Alright. While my glue tool is heating up, I'm going to roll over here and grab my buttons. These buttons are the painted wood buttons. I love them, but I also want something that's really neutral and not with a lot of color. You know what would be good right now? If I had Kelly's buttons to choose from. I don't think Kelly has a type of button, or doesn't have a type of button that has been made. That might be okay. Where's my bow? It's too big. Okay. Let's see what I got in the other one. I don't have like really any old vintage buttons, which would have been good for this. That might be okay. I think I like that one the best. These are just the little plastic buttons that you buy in packs from Walmart, I think is where I got all these from. So, there. Oh, Marilyn has a ton of buttons too. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wish I had a country blue. I don't. My button selection is pretty scarce. I don't have a lot to choose from. So I guess when I go to Joann's, I'm going to have to look for buttons. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and cut these little strings off. So, for anybody that hopped on late, Beading with Wayne is after me. I did try to tag him in my description. It would not let me, but it is in the description. And if you're in the Stand Tall Crafting group, when I'm done, you can just refresh the page. And then he'll be up. I'm just gonna mess with this until I give up. Okay. Yeah, I know my issue is that I did not have enough of that fabric. And I don't have a whole lot of neutral ribbon except for burlap. But I love this and I wanted to use it, so. Alright. Alright. Whoop, the button fell. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hold all of it at once. Nope. Alright. So there's that. And then now, great, the button I want to just, oh, there it is. I only have one of those, so losing it would not be good. I don't know how well you can see past my fingers, but it's just a neutral button, cream and browns. All right. I think right there will be good. Yep, that glue is hot. Little trim here. Okay, it's better now that it's on the board. It's not bugging me quite as bad. I'm sorry, Wayne. I tried, I promise. What, you're going up back? Yes. My daughter's asking if she can come through. Oh, to get the printer.
Hi everyone.
That's one of my kiddos.
The best.
The best. You're silly. This is Savannah. She is a senior this year.
Hello.
What you think? You like it? I'm gonna put.
Yeah, like an angle.
Yeah,
It's cute.
cutesy, cutesy. Is it cute enough for you to hang in your room?
It had pink on it. Well, I'm just saying. I put pink on it. I don't know if I'll waste it.
The printer did run out of paper, and I put more paper in it. Michelle says hi, kiddo.
Hello.
All right, so I think I'm gonna, when I put this on, that spot where my transfer paper kind of peeled it up, I'm gonna use that to kind of mask it a little bit. Yes. I was debating for a second if I wanted to add some other glue, but I think this will be fine. It's not gonna be anywhere that the sun is shining on it to reactivate the hot glue. Okay. Make sure my letters are all down real good. Okay. Does it need anything else besides the button? Okay. All right, what you guys think? I think that little lamb is so cute. I do wish I would have cut the letters maybe just a little bit smaller, but I'm not good with measuring. So when I was trying to measure, excuse me, the board and the lamb, I knew I would get it wrong, but I'm just glad it all fits. Okay. All right, let me close this back up. Trash can is moved. Okay. So I've got 10 minutes left, and that is probably just enough time for me to do this other project that I have sitting down here that I've been wanting to do for quite a while. Also, amongst the other 50 projects. So at night, I sleep with a small pillow to prop me up, and my pillow has seen better days. So I have this pillowcase and this stencil that says, "I love you more than yesterday, but not as much as tomorrow." I thought that that would be really cute on this pillow to go on my bed. So while I have time, I'm going to do that really quickly. And does this fit? Yes. All right. So this is just a mat that I'm going to very carefully put up inside of here, so that way my ink does not transfer through to the other side. And it is sticky, so when you push on it, it's going to stick down and not go anywhere. And this is a Chalk Couture, that's what I'm using. How many of you here have Chalk Couture? Do very many of you do Chalk Couture? I have a ton that I don't use very often. My problem is when I start something, like I want all the things. Like I can't just dabble, you know, with one or two things. I have to buy all the things. I did the same thing with my Cricut, with my sublimation printer, all the accessories for that. So I'm just going to put this right in what looks like the center. And these transfers are also sticky, so they will stick right to your project, which if you're going to use them on wood or some other surface that's porous that you have painted, you would want to use a wax to prevent it from peeling up any of your paint. For this, I do want to use an ink instead of just a regular paste because the ink will be permanent. Let's see. My inks, I think I have up there. It's black ink. I think I want red. I could do blue. It's ink. Okay, I think we're just gonna go with black because it is neutral and will match whatever bedding I put on it. Alright, so I'm just going to scoop a little bit of this out of here and go right through, pushing it kind of at a 45-degree angle. When you do this, you do want to go a little quickly, because by the time you get to the end of your stencil over here, this is already drying. Now with the ink, it doesn't dry near as quickly as the regular Chalk Couture paste, but you don't want to let it dry, otherwise when you peel up your transfer, it will peel the ink with it, and then the words or whatever it is that you're transferring will not be on there as clean as what you probably would want them to be. Okay. All right, and like I said, you guys, Beading with Wayne is up after me here in the Stand Tall Crafting group. I'm gonna go kind of slow just to make sure. I can see I missed a little bit of the T down here. And a little bit of an A. Back over part of my L, and I do try to scrape off as much of the excess as I can, just so that way it's easier when I go to clean my transfer. Now this font does have a little bit of distressing in it. I don't know, you probably can't see, but through here especially, and I'm gonna set this right there. And it's that easy. And then I will let it dry overnight, and then I will come in and I will heat press it. Just so that way it will make that ink permanent onto the fabric. Go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and leave that board in there just so that way as it dries it doesn't soak through. So I will buy the pillow that I use right now is much smaller than this, so I'll get some batting and fill this, but I thought that was super cute and that'll just look cute on my bed. Alright, so here was project 1 that we did, Worthy as the Lamb, and then our pillowcase cover. And I appreciate you all being here with me this evening. And if you're not already following my page, I would appreciate it if you would do so. Krista, thank you so much for having me. Thank you for hosting these events. I know it takes a lot of work and a lot of time and scheduling nightmares that I would want no part of, that's for sure. And you do it very well. Let me just go back and see. You have lots of Chalk Couture. Not good at it. It takes practice. I mean, you know, this isn't perfect. I had a little bit of bleeding here and there, but I feel like the more I do it, the better I get at it. And I spent all the money on all of that stuff, and it sits right down there in that little sunflower cabinet, and it's lonely. It needs to be used. Alright, again, Beading with Wayne is up next. And join the Stand Tall Crafting group if you are not already part of the group. Thank you so much for being here with me tonight. And if you would be sure to like and follow the page, share me out there. Trying to grow my page as much as I can. I had a goal of trying to reach 1,000 in 90 days, and I think my 90 days, I probably got maybe about 30 days left, so I don't know that that's going to happen. But thank you, Krista, for having me in the event. This does really help all the creators with the growth. So thank you all very much, and I hope you have a good night and a great upcoming weekend. Bye, everybody.